All right, so here we are again, back at it. We're going straight into it with this one, and I think the next few videos we'll just go straight into the work, because at this point in time, what you're watching, I think, was October the 31st. I'm recording this voiceover on December the 20-something. So at this particular point in time, dude, I was just trying so hard to get all of these cleanups done, and there were so many roadblocks at the time. And I remember being like, I want to record, but I can't do so much of the walking around and talking thing. I just have to get into it. So I just set up the ladder like this. But check it out, here we are going in with the combi system, taking care of all these hedges. I use that on most of this because they're a little bit bigger, but these are lower pedalums that you see me going over here. I've cut these things back multiple times and they just keep on going crazy. I mean, lower pedalums they just grow like wildfire sometimes, man. But they are very satisfying to trim up. I'm probably going to use a lot of this on some TikTok or what are they called? YouTube shorts. Because I've been really trying to do a lot more of that stuff too. Check out these golden globes. I love these plants. And these things have gotten huge as well. You can go back on the channel really early on and see these guys. Everything here was so small. And that's why I always recommend that, like, every 3 to 5 years you need to cut stuff back. But then something like this golden globe, you can't really do a hard cut back on. These conifer types or cypress type, cedar type plants, junipers, all this kind of stuff. If you get into the brown, you're on the edge of doing damage. And if you get way into the brown, it's probably going to stay that way. I don't think I've ever seen, where something like this goes into the brown and then all of a sudden it just stays dead, Like, you can kind of see on some of these that I get a little, see right there, a little bit into the brown. Like, that's safe, that's fine. But any more than that, and you're really on the edge of doing some damage to this thing. And really the risk too is doing it in the fall. We got winter right around the corner. Any old point, a freeze, a frost could come through and just damage that whole plant. So you really got to be careful. Now these Japanese hollies, these are not boxwoods, they're Japanese hollies. People get those confused a lot because they're super similar. But these are a little bit more hardy than a boxwood. Boxwood, you have to deal with blight and stuff like that. These Japanese hollies are pretty, I don't want to say bulletproof, but they're pretty darn nice as far as keeping them alive. You just keep them trimmed up. You can take this Japanese holly and you can cut it in half almost, and it would take a while, but it would come back and it would be, just as full as it is here, probably by the next summer. If I were to keep this on, and I think I have done this, but I think what I would want to do is recommend that they really do a hard cut back on everything that they can next year. But it's more expensive to do a hard cut back. So, like, when you have these big wraparound flower beds, is it going to be worth it for them to look, for your entire landscape to look pretty ugly for about 3-4 months? Most people just don't have the patience for that, and that's totally understandable. But I think that goes back into when you're having your landscapes planted, you really have to think about that 10 years later scenario, right? because I've been managing these for about 6 years at this point, 7 years, 6 to 8 years, we'll say. This one's been with me for a long time, and we always just do the basic trim up. So now they're huge, right? Everything's huge. Now I would definitely say go back to old videos and see if you can find this yard. Like, you can see the difference, man. But if I would, so let's say 2 or 3 years ago, I go and cut about a third of these plants off. That would keep everything super, super tightly shaped. Because you can see a lot of these are kind of oblong or like oddly shaped. And that just kind of comes down to like where they're positioned at, the fact that we're just doing a light trim. Like, listen, if I'm only getting paid to do a light trim, I'm not going to do a reshape. So whatever shape they end up in is the shape they end up in, and I don't like that. But at the same time, if I'm taking off that much material and I've got to take it to the landfill and dump based on weight and yada yada, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do all that extra without the extra compensation, And that's the stuff that you have to kind of be able to explain. Like, why are you cutting these in this shape? It's like, well, they need to be fully cut back and corrected. That's an extra, 30 or 40% or whatever the math works out to. And so you'll see I've got tarps there on the edges, and I'm really trying to catch everything that I can. But the reality of like these little tight corners and stuff is like you can fight with tarps and stuff, and I've seen people do that. It's fine. There's not an issue with it. But the reality of things is that you're just never going to get 100% of the clippings, because even if I spend an extra 5-10 minutes shaking out all these hedges and really making sure there's nothing falling, and I spend 30 or 40 minutes blowing out the beds to get them absolutely perfect, what's going to happen is I'm going to leave, and within 30 minutes to an hour, more clippings are going to be dropping right behind me, right? Because you just trimmed the thing up. There's still going to be stuff falling out. So there's never going to be a 100% perfectly clean finish, whenever you're trimming hedges, especially this many hedges. It's just not realistic. All right, and I can tell you right now, you're going to see a lot of these hedges on my TikTok shorts, because stuff like this, man, like, people love to watch. And I enjoy doing it. I really like editing this stuff out. I was able to get it to where basically the entire month of December I posted one short a day, and it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I basically got one short a day coming out, and then the regular videos, the long form, I've got like 2 a week for the last couple months. It's been a pretty good pace. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to keep that up during the working season, but I mean, I don't know, maybe I will. But you'll probably see a bunch of like bulk uploads and stuff. One thing I can say for sure about this Echo hedge trimmer, though, this thing has been an absolute monster for maintenance, because I do a lot of hedge trimming properties and stuff like this, and this thing, I think this is my 3rd or so year with it, and listen, it's got its issues. It's an old piece of equipment, but I've probably earned $20,000, $30,000 with just this set of hedge trimmers, And the thing about it is that people will go and buy new $300, $400, $500, $600 pieces of equipment every year. If you just maintain it, it's paid off. It's basically free profit. And I'm going to do a whole video series when I run out of these vlogs. I'm going to do a whole series of equipment maintenance and price comparisons of why you should maintain versus buying a new one. Because especially like weed eaters, you see all the time guys are talking about if their weed eater stops, they're just going to go buy a new one. And I would assume 80 or 90% of the issues with those weed eaters you could just fix with like a $20 carburetor, or a spark plug cleaning, or cleaning out your fuel lines. Fuel is such a big component of these small engines that the thing is, like, you'll get water in your engine and not even know it, because the way gas sits sometimes, or your gas cans are stored, it'll just condensate water, especially if you get a rainy couple of days. You probably got water in your tank, But I'm going to do a whole series of like how at the end of the year how I go through and maintain all of my stuff. I've got 2 combi systems. The one that you see me in this video using is my backup, because my old combi that I've used since the beginning of this channel, I'm pretty sure, my old combi, the pull string broke, but that combi system runs absolutely flawlessly. It's the KM131 combi. The only reason I'm not using it is because the pull reel broke and I've been busy, so I've not had time to fix it. But I'll do that in those maintenance series, and I'm really excited about that one because I've been really planning it out and like stocking up on the parts. Like, it's a weird thing, like it is a lot of work to do these videos, but I'm like excited to go through and like try to get really good angles and like plan it out in a way that it's a fully comprehensive set of videos on how to maintain basically everything you see me working on. And anyone, whether it's you or me or whoever, an employee of mine, can just go through these videos and see exactly how to do the maintenance on every one of these pieces of equipment. I don't know, man. I've been having a ton of fun working on this YouTube stuff, and it, like I said, again, ton of work, but I've really enjoyed it. And I'm not doing 100% like I should if I want to get growth and whatnot, but we'll probably be working on that coming up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the ladder I'm using here. I actually borrowed from my father-in-law because I left that day and I was like, crap, I gotta trim those holly trees. So I had to go borrow his ladder. Thankfully he lives literally right down the road here. But here's another cool thing about the pine straw. A lot of people assume you can't blow it out, so they're going to try to fight tarps. You can absolutely blow it out when it's packed down to this point. And now you'll see a spot on the other side where they haven't got their pine straw here in quite a few years. For me, they've been doing it themselves, just however that works out. But you'll see a spot where they put a light layer of pine straw, and it's too light. I can't blow it out because I think they put it down like the week before this, so it's not matted properly. And then the layer of pine straw is just too light. The thing about it, to make it work, is you have to lay it down pretty thick and then give it enough time to mat in the rain and the wind and all that. And once it fully settles, you can take a leaf blower right over the top and get almost 80% of the leaves out. I've even had a few properties I don't even tarp, and I'm able to get a fairly clean finish. Oh, and another super secret trick with your pine straw, if you want it to get just a little bit cleaner, what you can do is take your weed eater after you get done blowing out the bigger stuff. Take your weed eater and just kind of hover over the top. And it's hard to explain. Maybe I will do a video on that at a later point, but if you just kind of hover through the bed with your weed eater, it kind of works like a mini mower, and it picks things up and chops them a little bit more fine. But the pine straw is going to still be there, right? And so it really kind of, if you can blow out 80% with the blower, you can do the weed eater kind of hover trick, and you can probably get an extra 5 to 7-ish%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're getting into the 90th percent of clean, it looks pretty darn good. And there are certain cases where I'll do that because, again, I want things to look as good as I can get them. But at the same time, and you've heard me say this a million times, perfection will be the death of you. Okay? Trust me, I've been there. I used to really just fret and go crazy over like, oh no, it's not perfect. And then you would end up spending you just spend so much time going for perfection, and it's just not realistic. It just can't be done that way. So there you'll see, jumped a little bit, well, quite a bit ahead on that one because I was looking at the clock and realizing, dang, filming this stuff is taking forever. And it does, it takes a long time. But here we are going back in with the mower. We're going to clean up all this stuff. And yeah, man, it really, the thing about the pine straw, man, you really have to get it out with a lot, probably about 3 or 4 weeks at least, before you start doing the hedges and stuff, because it's so hard to get fresh, thin pine straw clean. You really, it's gotta be matted down, you know. I've even thought before, like, if it was that big of a deal, I've thought before about, like, taking a water hose and just watering the pine straw down. Because that is another little secret tip for your pine straw cleanouts. It's actually beneficial to do them in the rain. Because what ends up happening, the water from the rain mats it down. It kind of packs the needles down. And so let's say it rains the night before you go trim a bunch of hedges in a pine straw bed, and you're like, oh no, I can't do it, everything's wet. No, go do it, because here's what happens. By the time you get there, your hedge leaves are going to be dry, but your pine straw is still hopefully going to be matted from the rain. So those dry hedge clippings are going to blow right out and leave you almost like you were never even there, you know. It's actually, as difficult as it is for other reasons, it makes it for a really clean finish. Alright. So there we go. We're just gonna mow up, get all the leaves. So this kind of functions too as a leaf cleanup, because we're vacuuming up all those little tiny bits of leaves. Hey, I've got to say, as much as I hate my skag, and believe me, I hate my skag, this bagging system is fantastic. Probably one of the better bagging systems I've ever used. So it's a shame that the mower itself is a complete dog doo-doo. And it is. I mean, as I record this, it's December 20th. Okay. As I record this, it's December 20th. And I dropped this mower off that you're watching right now. I dropped it off before Thanksgiving, and I still don't have it. You know. And I was told when I dropped it off, like, hey, you know, right now, you know, if you wait till the spring for us to test it on because I was having cut issues and I hated it, and I just said, screw it, I'm going to take it in and see if they can find something wrong with it. But she said, you know, you can wait until spring when there's more grass, or you can do it now when there's no one, you know, bringing their machines in, and it will be probably a little bit quicker. And I was like, well, I mean, it's been a month still, you know, and it was already in the shop for a month for new spindles. Like, it has new like, all I'm saying, I hate my skag. And I genuinely hope that they can find a fix for it, because, like, I thought about going ahead and selling it, but I just don't know, dude. It's so discouraging, just as expensive as the machine is, and this is an issue with a lot of stuff coming up. Everything is through the roof. I was doing my regular restocking for the year, and I'm going to do a whole video on this too. Buying up my year's supply of, like, oil and trimmer line and just different repair part, like your weed eater speed feed caps that fall off all the time. I buy those in bulk every year just to have plenty to replace. I like to be prepared, but every single item, comparing it back to last year, is already, because I bought in February last year and it's only December now. I bought in February of 2025, and all of this stuff is more now, you know. And it's not just inflation, like, oh yeah, it's $2 more. Like, the oil that I use was like $26 or $27 a gallon. Now it is $37 a gallon. And my big fear with this stuff is they're not going down. The prices are not ever going down. So if you haven't stocked up, you need to do it now. because my guess is by the time mid 2026 rolls around, this stuff is going to be off the wall expensive. And that's part of the reason why I want to do this equipment maintenance series, because looking at the Echo trimmers, I have a 2620T. I got it for $400 or $380 back in March of 2025. Looking them up now, they're like $440. And listen, I don't like I like it. I don't like it that much. I would rather just buy another combi system and put a head on it, because the combi system has a lot more utility than just an SRM 2620. Oh yeah, here's my camera. But yeah, like these are the kinds of things that you have to be able to parse out and research. And I feel like a lot of guys just see the equipment that is recommended for them and they just go out and get it. But I don't know. There's a whole series of stuff coming up for that, like pricing and how to research and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I can get that all done before the season starts back up. But I'm just gonna let this video roll, and I really appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to see a certain video, leave a comment, because I'll do it. Thanks for watching.